Hey everybody, we just got our new Qwest Avanti Lanai DS bar 823, and the family couldn't wait to get out on the water, so I didn't have time to put a diving board on it. These boats, you can get them right from the factory with a diving board installed at the factory, but we chose not to, so we can show you how easy it is to put one of these on the boats. Today we're out in the middle of the lake. We're going to put it on and just show you how easy this job is. Okay, we took some masking tape here and just marked off the cross members where they come across underneath the deck here. So now we can tell exactly where these cross members are for us to tie into it. I like to use the framing square so I can lay it out, and now I know exactly where that cross member comes across here, and I can tell exactly where I'm going to be hitting these pieces. So we'll get the surface mount plates laid out here and show you where we need to start drilling. So got the diving board set on the boat here, and I just wanted to show you how I position it back a little bit from the rub rail. And the reason we do that is we want to make sure that if you're bumping up against a piling or a dock post that you don't catch the diving board while it's bumping down the side of the boat. So with this far back and my square laid out here, I can tell exactly where this needs to go. I've got the surface mount plate underneath it, so by just moving that, now I can tell exactly where I got to lay that out. Okay, so we've got the surface mount plate on here, and I just want to make a point here. This is a cross member that we're going to catch into a screw. So we always want to try and catch some screws into a cross member whenever possible. So this is going to catch into a screw, as is the ladder plate back here. This one here is going to go through the wood, so we've got a screw nut and washer combination for that, and this one's also going to go through the wood, which is totally fine. So we are going to miss this cross member and catch this cross member. Okay, I've got a 9/64 bit. Going to drill the first hole in the center here. Number 3 screw bit. Just putting this one in for now just to secure it until we get everything in, and then we'll remove that one and put the screw nut and washer in there. Now this one's going to go into aluminum. And then I'm going to change that over to an 11/64 bit. Because it's in aluminum. And you just want to really make sure that that hole is cleaned out well. And then I always take a little bit of lube, put it on the tip of the screw. It helps aid in cutting the threads into that aluminum. When you're running this in and you contact the aluminum, you only want to do about 3/4 of a turn, back it out, and then go in another 3/4. Otherwise you could potentially snip the screw off. But if you do it this way, it works every time. Nice and solid. Now I'm going to take this screw out and oversize that hole to 1/4 inch, run a screw nut and washer combination in there. Okay, I'm going to drill this 1/4 inch hole and got our screw nut and washer combination. I want to show you a little trick that I do. It's just a piece of masking tape, take the washer and the nut, tie them together, and put them on my 10mm end wrench. That way nothing falls off when I go to slide that up underneath the floor of the boat. Okay, I've got this screw nut and washer installed. I want to show you a quick shot of up under here. Okay, there's the nut and washer installed right next to the cross member. Okay, now that that plate's complete, I'm going to put the diving board on that plate and get it fastened down. And that's going to give us the ability to locate where our ladder plates are going to end up going. Okay, next thing we're going to do is locate the ladder plates. I use my framing square, put it right on the boat here, make sure that the frame is perpendicular to the boat. So get that in the position where it is square. Sometimes you got to loosen this up just a little bit to allow it to pivot. Okay, now that it's perfectly square, and everything is lined up right, I just take a pen or a pencil, just put a little bit of mark on the floor here where the hole is going to go. And I trace the footprint of where those plates are going to go, because those plates will match this footprint exactly. Just a couple little marks. Okay, I'm going to get these ladder plates installed now. Got everything marked on the floor. Just going to rotate the board a little bit, and that exposes my marks on the floor. You can lay the ladder plates right in place. The biggest thing you got to be careful of is where that circle is. That's where the hole, that's where your threads are going to go through that hole, because that's got to be just right. And then everything else should line up too. 9/64 bit to start with, because I know we're going to go through some wood. And I always like to start with the screw closest to the threaded hole. Okay, I've got the initial holes drilled for the ladder plates. Again, closest to the threaded hole. These are into wood. Make sure your mark's lined up good. Install the second screw and the second plate. Make sure your marks are lined up. Now drill the last two holes. This is going into aluminum. I'm going to switch over to 11/64 because of these aluminum holes. These two just went into the wood, which is fine because we've got aluminum on that side. I'll lube up the tip of the screw here a little bit. Helps aid in cutting the threads. I like to use lithium grease. One more lube on that one. Okay, we've got the ladder plates installed now. I'm going to position the diving board back on it. Install the eye bolts. Make sure they're all nice and tight. And I'll install the stabilizer next. Okay, when you first put your stabilizer in, one thing you'll find is it goes in really tight. Now this one's been in before, but when you first put it in, slide it down to the bottom of the mount, push it, and pull it. What that does is it seats the profile of this stabilizer into the UHMW plastic strips in here. That makes it fit perfectly. So once it's in and been fit properly, then it'll slide nice and easy and it doesn't wobble for you. Okay, you may have noticed that this grip tape is a little bit different than the typical grip tape that we have. This is the foam material that we're testing. This might be an option soon. We'll figure it out this summer and let you know. But I also wanted to, I just wanted to make a quick note on this, our cover. This cover slip fits on the diving board. I always recommend putting a cover on your diving board when you're not using it. It helps protect the grip tape and all the stickers and just keeps your diving board looking brand new. So we're ready to use this. Come on.